Hello and welcome back to the Star Trek Las Vegas. We are here in 10 Forward at the 10 Forward bar, and I am here interviewing a few more Trekkies. Now, can you guys do me a favor and tell me what your name is, what your species is, and also where are you guys from?
Human, Anthony.
Hi, John Chase from Canada. Species is human and or starship captain, because some people tend to think we might be machines. So I'll throw that one in there.
I love that.
My name is Jens, half Vulcan, and I like it to be here.
Cool. And you're from Germany, right?
Absolutely, from Germany, in Berlin.
That's cool. So you had to fly a long way to get here.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is so cool.
More than 12 hours.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Where's Mr. Scott? Where is Mr. Scott? Yeah.
So you guys are in for a really awesome interview. Before we get started, just wanted to remind you, we are coming at you live at the Star Trek Convention with interviews, trivia, cosplay combat, game shows, interactive segments, and more. If you don't want to miss out, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you'll always be notified of our latest videos and live streams. Now, before we get started with the interview, because I'm really excited to start this, we do have a word from our sponsor, real quick. Okay, so if you are attending a convention and you want to improve the pictures that you are taking, then check out rentglass.com, where you can rent out the equipment you need for events like this. Rentglass.com, go check them out. Word from our sponsor. Sponsor. Okay, now would you guys, would you tell me a little bit more about your cosplay?
Absolutely. So I've been researching and replicating original series uniforms for 5 or 6 years now. The original series really intrigued me some time ago in terms of the designs, in terms of the fact that a lot of the patterns that are out there are just not exactly accurate on the retail market. And my definition of costuming fun is the neurotic intricacy that sort of makes you look like you just walked off the set. So, I mean, everything I'm wearing is self-made. I have not worn a third-party costume in about 5 years now.
Wow.
And I'm working my way through the original series. I do obviously all Kirk for myself, but I mean, I've done the Command Golds, I've done the wraparounds, I've done this one here, of course, season 2. Wraparound, Trouble with Tribbles, hey, which put this one on the map. This one was particularly a labor of love to do because it's a very intricate garment, and I'm looking forward to working through all the TOS designs. I have a website at starfleet.ca. It's a free reference uniform, TOS uniform reference and study website. I like building them, and I'm there to help people make better designs.
Now say that again slower so people could go check it out.
Okay, so the website, it's a free TOS uniform research and reference website, starfleet.ca, as in the Canadian domain extension. Starfleet.ca, find me, find the articles that are online. If you're interested in building TOS uniforms or finding out where you need to get the stuff to make them.
That's really cool. And this is amazing. I mean, this looks really good. I really thought you bought this or something. I'm really impressed.
Much appreciated.
No problem. And how about you, Spock? Oh, I'm sorry. I should have called you by your real name, not Spock.
Yeah, yeah, Jens, you can. Yeah, I think I'm the figure Spock. I like the figure, and yeah. The people know me when they saw me, and all what I do is live long and prosper.
You look really fantastic. I thought you were like a body double or something.
Oh, thank you for this compliment. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is a uniform from UK. I ordered really from eBay, and my dressmaker had a lot of work with this, and now it's done.
Very cool. It looks really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, you're not wearing a cosplay, but
No, I got a Spock shirt on, though.
it's a cool shirt.
One.
It is pretty cool. Well, get closer.
Borrow life.
Get closer. Pretty cool. But if you could cosplay as anything, what would you cosplay as?
Oh, wow. The Dominion.
That would be cool.
The Dominion.
That's a good answer. I like that.
I think just the uniqueness, not just of the prosthetics in their skin, but then, I mean, the white. You got the white dripping in their necks. I mean, it's just so much to go into just their head, not even the uniform itself.
I love that.
Yeah. Dominion.
Cool.
I want to see someone with the Dominion next year.
You got to do it. He said so you got to do
You
it.
should help me.
I could. Now prosthetics are getting a little bit out of my range. Soft parts, I could possibly help you with soft parts. Yeah, we'll see how that.
Because I'm not a stitcher, man. My hands aren't made for stitching or sewing, so yeah.
Yeah. Same here.
Let's see where it goes. Absolutely.
And then she hasn't cosplay. I have not seen. If anyone has seen her cosplay the entire time, the entire week, no, I have not. If she's doing these videos, I feel like she should be wearing something at least one time.
Wait, disco. That sort of works.
Just a shirt, though. You gotta cosplay.
I am shamed. Now, how many years have you guys been going to the Star Trek convention?
Mine's been four
years?
years. Yeah, I came maybe about 7 years ago, but that was 1 year, but I've been attending the past 4.
Cool. And that's the Star Trek Las Vegas, right? Yeah. Awesome.
I'm 4 years as well, except mine are all consecutive. I decided I should do this event at least once, so I decided what better time to do it than the 50th, which was massive and sold out by January and had it all prepped. And I thought, well, okay, this is the time to do this once. I've been back every single year since. You think you're just going to check it out, and it just ropes you right in. It's fantastic.
I completely agree with you. I thought I was just going to go once, and 6 years later, I'm still going.
The crazy part is it's just one day. Like you feel like you want to go just one day and check out the exhibitor hall, maybe get a couple pictures with some of the cast members. But then you go that one day, and it's kind of like you start seeing pictures or videos online that you've missed of other cosplays and stuff, and you're like, oh my god, or little pins and gadgets, and you're like, oh my god. So then you end up going the next day, and then the next day, then the next. It ends up turning into a whole week. So
We are back. Sorry about that disconnection that we have. So what tier tickets did you guys get, and what benefits do you get from that tier ticket?
well, I'm press. I got press
Press is cool.
ticket. I have like access, but at the same time, limited access.
Wait, so you could talk to like the actors?
Yeah, I can go and sit in the green room and all about, but they have to be willing to be on camera and all about. I can sit in the room, but there's no point in just sitting in the room.
Well, wait, did you do that?
I did a couple times.
Okay, so who
I've
did?
I've sat in the room with William Shatner. I sat in the room with what was it? Of course, damn. I keep wanting to say like their screen names and not their real
just
names.
Say the screen name. Just say
Okay.
the screen name.
Jordy, Michael Dorn, Brett Spinner. I've sat in a room with pretty much all the Next Generation cast at one time.
Do you have any good stories of anything that
I mean,
happened?
yeah, but I mean, everyone has great stories of because they're more like a tight knit family.
Yeah.
And when they see each other, they have so many war stories, so many funny interactions, and it's just. You do want to sit like a fly on the wall, but you kind of feel like while you're sitting there, you kind of feel like you're out of place. So I sit there for a few minutes and then I just get up and leave. But he has a great one.
Oh yeah.
What?
Ethan Peck.
E-
You did easy.
Today? No.
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 Yesterday?
Yesterday we had a little talk. What happened? Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, really. And I think he's a wonderful Spock. Yeah, the younger version of Spock, and he do a really good job. And I have 3 daily tickets booked, and a wonderful photo shooting with Nicole de Boer. I love her. Yeah, Nicole, when you see that, I love you. And yeah, it's a great time because I'm
Your first year.
yeah, Germany, and I'm the first time in USA and here in LA, Las Vegas, sorry, and it's amazing. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
Well, congratulations on you losing your Star Trek virginity.
Yeah, fascinating.
Cool. And then, what tier tickets did you get? Did you get the general, the gold, the copper?
Honestly, I've always done general, and the higher tiers have some great benefits in them if you want a close seat to the stage, or specifically for autographs and photo ops. Personally, as much as I love, all the people involved, I'm not a collector of things. And what I found as I come back year after year after year is that it's less about the panels and more about the people. So I'm spending less time in the theater like I did in my first year. I knew nobody. You go through the guidebook. Hey, there's all this cool stuff happening on stage. I want to be here, 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 here. And in subsequent years, it's more like, hey, I know that person. I know this person. I know this person. So we're going to go here and do this. And we're going to go there and do that. So just getting the ticket in for me has been the fantastic part.
Yeah, so it's more like the first years you were here for the events, and then second year you're more here for the people, and then the events are just a place where you and the people could go hang out.
Great relationships and family. I don't know, I've never met them in previous years, and I kind of spent half the evening for at least a couple hours shooting video and photos of them for them. Oh, cool. They're just good individuals, and I think that's what Star Trek is all about. It brings people together and it creates a lot of good friendships.
Yeah, and I really like with Star Trek too that I really love with Star Trek is that it's all inclusive, and it's like you don't have to worry about being a dork or being yourself, and having people like be rude to you. You just don't get that here. It's just everyone is just so nice and wonderful and just amazing, and you could be as dorky and as crazy as possible and no one will say anything. It's so wonderful. That's why I keep coming back.
Yeah, this is a community where there's a certain spirit behind Star Trek. It is good sci-fi, it is good storytelling, it is all of those things. But to get on a plane and come here, you're more than maybe just the casual viewer, which means that perhaps and hopefully, and as is most often the case, you have accepted, the messages that Gene Roddenberry was trying to communicate right from day one. It's very difficult to become an adamant fan of the show and have differences with those philosophies. So what you get is this fantastic group of people, and it's a community. I work in live theater in Canada, where I come from, and it's another fantastic community, but there's always that competitive edge, where we're friends, but one of us is getting the part. So, hey, in this Trek community, it's just purely a community. You come here and 99% of the people are great. You can dress up, you can dress down, there's no judgment. And I think the biggest hurdle is just realizing that at this event, that you can stop almost anyone in the hallway and say hello, and they're very happy to say hello back, and you've made a friend, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
In Germany, Star Trek is absolutely popular, and Germany loves Star Trek. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Will you be coming back?
That's a great question.
I will, definitely.
So we're going to see you next year?
Absolutely.
Yes. Expect another interview next year. We're going to do like a reunion. It'll be fun. Yeah. Woo! Wait, high five. Yes. Now, I want to know, what are your guys' opinions on the, first, the new PICARD show that is going to be happening in early 2020, and also what is your opinion on Discovery?
I can start that, or did you want to?
Anyone who wants to start.
I've greatly been enjoying Discovery a lot since it started. They had to tell us at the start, okay, this is an aesthetic reboot. It's in the prime timeline, but it's an aesthetic reboot, so it's not going to look like the Trek that you think you've known. So you have to accept that. But they were honest about that from day one. It's been a fantastic journey with Discovery. I like the nature of it, that it's not episodic. Season 1 went to, I'm assuming most people have seen it by now, Season 1 went to a place that people were wondering, what are they doing? They kind of...
Just try not to do any spoilers.
No, I'm not going to do any spoilers. But it went to a place people kind of wondered, what are they doing? But there was a message and a point to what they did. And then having made that point, they went to Season 2. And as the show goes on, of course, it transitions visually, artistically to become more like the TOS that we know. I don't think that's giving too much away. Of course, everyone knows Christopher Pike is a big deal in Season 2, that Spock is there, that we have all this great stuff. And I don't know if anyone necessarily would agree with 100% of the decisions that were made, but in every episode you watch, you can really tell there's a team of people who want to get it right, who are putting their heart and soul into it, who believe in Gene's vision, and are doing their absolute best in every respect that they can to try to bring that to a modern audience in a fresh way. So that's why I love Discovery. And Picard could go any way, but Discovery, I put my faith in some of the names that were involved before knowing what the show was going to be. Picard, I'd say the same thing. I mean, I don't think Patrick Stewart, regardless of who the team is, would follow through with something that wasn't extremely genuine, despite the fact that we already know it's going to be very different than the Captain Picard that we've seen. So I don't know what the show is going to be, but I have faith in the team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with.
Well, if you're as passionate about Discovery as you are in this interview, I bet you're going to be double as passionate about Picard. Right?
And familiar faces. I mean, obviously TOS is my top tier series, but I love TNG. I love Picard. That was the series, the first Star Trek series that I watched as it aired. So TNG has a very special place in my heart, as do Picard and crew. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they imagine he's going to be different in later life, because you can be something one decade, but as we've all got, I'm sure, examples in our life, time changes people and people change over time. So how has this affected Jean-Luc? I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have to say.
Me too. I completely agree. And you're absolutely right about that. Experiences change us, time changes us, and it's going to be really interesting to see how the characters grew and evolved. And actually, I don't know if you guys saw the panel today, the Picard panel, where Jerry Ryan was talking about basically her going through exactly that. Like, what was the evolution of the character? Where is she now versus where was she then? And it was just a really fantastic thing to listen to her talk about that.
But more actors from the last time, from back in the, what can I say?
TNG?
TNG, that we see this guys again. Yeah, I like it.
Me too.
Yeah.
That or DS9, any of them. I don't care what old series. Bring them all back and bring them all back in Picard, and then that can create different spin-offs from there. But I think that everyone needs to. That new generations of fans and actually ones that are not fans need to be reintroduced to a lot of those characters.
Yeah.
I feel.
I completely agree with you. I would die if they brought everyone back.
I would love it. I would love it.
That would be awesome.
I would love it.
And let's see here.
We got a good chat question.
Okay, we got a chat question.
The question is, what's the one experience you've taken away from Star Trek convention that will forever stay with you?
That's a great question.
I don't know if I could. Yeah, I don't know if I could narrow it down to one experience. If anything, it touches on what I've already talked about. That you can be adherent to Star Trek and its vision and its philosophy, and you can be an adamant fan in your own living room. But I mean, there are large Comic-Cons where I'm from, but you walk around and the representation of Trek is not high at the massive events. You'll see Starfleet uniform there. There's a lot of other franchises that tend to dominate those. Here, you come here, it's all Starfleet uniforms. It's all people that are as adamant as you are. The one takeaway is that realization of that sense of community that comes together here, externally and internally, with the people that have come together to make it happen. And once you get that vibe from this group, it changes you as a Trekker, because you've experienced it in a communal way where you're looking at it going, well, if this many people can come together on this, more people can, and it can go from there. So, and it's a fantastic realization and feeling to take away.
Cool. I like that.
Same way. Same as him, but at the same time, elaborating on what I said earlier about the actors. You actually get to see them on the panels, and they even sitting at the tables when they're signing autographs and interacting with fans in general. And then they see each other as they're arriving, and they haven't seen each other. Like they'll tell you they don't see each other much. They might talk here and there, but they don't see each other until they come to these conventions. So when you see one of them walk in the room and Brett haven't seen Michael Dorn, and they see each other for the first time in over a year or so, then they look at each other and just then they crack jokes, and they of course they pitch us to the side for a second, but they stand there and they interact with each other as friends or as the family that they are in front of everyone. And it's great to see that interaction, not just sitting there at the table waiting for the autograph, but those panels are great. Those panels are great.
Actors are also are very open, yeah. And
Yes.
I think in Germany, this is what I have. The most actors are in front of security, and normally we have not a chance to speak with them. And here is it wonderful. Yeah, they come to us, we talk, and it's very nice. Yeah.
And
It's new for me, absolutely.
to extend on that, this is a place which something I've never seen anywhere else in North America that I've been. That the event is so large that some of those actors don't maintain the separation. There is a collection of Trek actors who will just come and party with you at the karaoke party or at the hey, that's whoever, and they're there. And I think what we're all talking about, I think the two best words to summarize it are family reunion. You come for the event, but then it becomes a family reunion, and it's not two reunions. It's not just the fan reunion over here and the actor reunion over there. It just feels like one large group. The barriers that exist in so many conventions don't exist here in the way they do elsewhere. Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree too with all of you guys. It's you'll be walking down the hallway and you'll look over and oh my God, you're walking next to LeVar Burton and you didn't even realize it, or Nichelle Nichols, or one of them. And you know, one of my friends
And nobody messes with them.
yeah.
Nobody messes with them. They'll walk the hallways. No one They might stop and talk to someone, but no one messes with them. No one. And I think that's just great. That is that family vibe. That as many people are here to cosplay, they don't really run up on them and try and approach them to the point. None of them are walking the halls with security.
Yeah.
None of them.
I think of the philosophies we talked about from Trek. I think that a basic human respect is one of those. So I think you get a very high level of that here, and that's what has facilitated this great, situation that we have. So.
The person that I saw as I go in the hotel was Nicole Nichol. Yeah, he come in front of me. Hi, very easy.
Wow.
Yeah, hi. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll hug you, they'll talk with you, they'll shoot the, I can't say it on here, but they'll just, yeah, exactly. And it's just so wonderful. So, do you guys have any other stories that you want to share with the audience before we go?
No, just great that I actually met these guys. It was a fun time, and other individuals that I met, but definitely between them and her crew as well.
Yes, we have some people behind the
I
scenes
enjoyed
too.
Definitely meeting the people that I've met this year.
That's awesome.
that's
And we'll
grateful.
see you again. It'll be like a
Oh
family
yeah,
reunion.
oh yeah, be a reunion, and whoever's watching, all the people watching.
Yeah,
Was it?
come join and there'll be a family reunion with you guys too.
Yeah. See you all next year.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you guys so much
Thank
for being
you.
on this interview and answering the questions. You guys have been so fantastic. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
Pleasure.
Sweet. Okay, so that pretty much does it for today's show. Just a quick reminder, we are supported by viewers like you. Donations do make it possible for these videos to be brought to you for free. If you think this video was worth more than $0, then please donate whatever amount you feel it was worth by clicking the link in the description below. Before we go, is there any other chats or questions before we get going? No? Okay, no. Awesome. Well, until then, join us. Resistance is futile. Bye, guys.
Live long and prosper.
Us.